everyone, this is the Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my Alsace wine journey. And today we're still doing some tastings from the Millesimes Alsace Digitating 2021, brought to you by Vind Alsace. Today I'm going to taste the wines of Domaine Melanie Pfister. So before we taste them, let's get to know the winery a bit. Domaine Melanie Pfister. It was the Pfister family was established in winemaking since 1780. This is a very small winery. It only makes 5,000 cases each year. It has about 15 different wines. Only 10 hectares of land, of which a quarter of that is used to grow Riesling. There's an abundance of limestone, and they have thinner, less sandy soils, and that favors Riesling. Melanie Pfister is the 8th generation of her family. She took over from her father in 2006, although her father is still involved. She's got a great pedigree. Obviously, she's from a winemaking family, but she also did internships at Zind-Humbrecht, Méo-Camuzet in Burgundy, Cheval Blanc in Emilion, and Digitating in Sauternes, and Craggy Range in New Zealand. So she's a very, very accomplished winemaker, young, and one of the young stars, upcoming stars of this region. So the winery is located near Engelberg, which is in the north of the Alsace region. The first wine we're going to drink is from a region called Berg, so I presume this is a Lieu-dit, which is a kind of equivalent to a Premier Cru in Burgundy, like a special region, but not Grand Cru. This is their 2019 Riesling. The next wine is a Riesling from the Grand Cru region of Engelberg, and it's I guess that translates to the mountain of the angels. Next wine is a blend called Paar, or the Pear. So it's a blend of Pinot Auxerrois and Pinot Blanc, and it's made from 45-year-old vines. So I really like what they did here, because they didn't call this Pinot Blanc. As you know, with Alsace wines, they can call wines that are made from either Pinot Blanc or Pinot Auxerrois Pinot Blanc. That's really, really confusing for outside people. So I like the idea that they did not call this a Pinot Blanc, and they came up with an innovative way of distinguishing it. And the last wine is a Pinot Noir, and so it's from a region called Hut. It's a stony terroir next to Engelberg, which is a Grand Cru, and so always interesting to taste Pinot Noirs from Alsace. Okay, let's get to the tasting of the wines. So the first one I'm going to taste is the let's go with the 2019 Riesling from Berg. So this is an AOC. Again, not the ideal way of tasting wines. This is just samples, but I'm already fortunate to get these samples. So on the nose, I get some citrus and honey elements, light nose, a little bit of minerality. But what stands out is the tangy, lemon, citrusy elements to this wine. Right away, I get minerality on the wine, citrus, honey elements, like lemon, a lemon tart. Clean, medium, light to medium bodied, medium acidity. Good wine, simple, really clean. I like it. I'm going to score this 88 points. Nice wine. The next wine we're going to try is going to be their Grand Cru. So this is from the 2017 vintage, and it's the Grand Cru vineyard of Engelberg. Light nose, very delicate nose. Getting some melons, some white flowers, some citrus, and a little minerality. A little bit more delicate than the Riesling that we just had. Intensity of flavors is higher. A lot of citrus notes paired with honey, apricot, honeydew. Nice balance in the wine. A little bit more weight than the first Riesling I had. And a little bit more acidity. Everything a little bit more intensity, and a little bit more delicateness and complexity. I'm going to give this 91 points. Next one is going to be we're going to go to the Paar. So the Paar is basically a blend of Pinot Blanc and Pinot Auxerrois. And I actually like them calling this Paar instead of just Pinot Blanc. It's very confusing when you call it just Pinot Blanc and it's actually Pinot Auxerrois. So let's try this one. Very, very light nose, delicate. Yeah, very light. It's almost like a little bit of melons. Really like very light smelling tropical fruit. All these have some minerality, but very light aroma, I'd say. These are all very delicate in terms of their aroma. Yeah. On the taste, it is quite... you can taste the front part of it. You can taste the Pinot Blanc, and at the end you get the Pinot Auxerrois. So a little bit more spicy notes. I would say like almost almondy. There is some citrusy elements to it. It's good wine, but I think it's tough to make good Pinot Blanc that's outstanding. So I'm going to rate this 87 points. And then the last one I'm going to try is their Pinot Noir. Use a different glass for that. So let's try this glass. Try this. Let's try this. So the smell is very similar to the other Alsace Pinots I've had. Blackberry, blueberry, quite astringent. It's almost clinical in terms of its preciseness. A little bit almost like squeaky clean, too clean. And we're not used to that with Pinots, which are a little bit more full and rounded. This is like almost like lab clean. It almost smells like that cleanness, which is not familiar for me, I guess. It's a new experience, but I'm seeing that this is what all the Alsace Pinot Noirs kind of smell and taste like. So this is not as astringent as some of the other Pinots from Alsace I've had. It's got a spicy element at the aftertaste, but it's got more fruit up front. So here I do see some strawberries, some cherries. It is rounder than what I see with other Pinots. This is as good a Pinot as I've had from Alsace, so I'm giving this 88 points. Final thoughts on the wines of Domaine Melanie Pfister. I like the wines. They're very delicate in terms of their aroma compared to other wineries that I've tasted from this tasting. I think they've got nice vibrance of fruits. I liked the Riesling, the Grand Cru Riesling. I liked their Pinot. It shows a lot of promise. So all around, it was a fun tasting. And I would, of course, love these with food. It's really tough to taste them without food. But really enjoyed the tasting, and glad that I was afforded this opportunity by Vin Alsace. Until next time, happy drinking.